The United States is arguably one of the greatest empires on earth and will remain so for a very, very long time, possibly forever. Even with the emerging of China as a manufacturing hub, it will be impossible to overtake the US, especially in terms of innovation. If you look at the IQ ranking, China actually scores first, and the United States only ranks 30th on the list out of 197 countries. That is to say, the United States is not the sharpest tool in the shed. It doesn't also have vast quantities of natural resources as compared to other rich resource countries like the Middle East or many African countries like the DRC. So the question is, what makes the US to be so dominant on the world stage, and how can other countries learn from it? The short answer is its effective incentive structures plus innovation. To clearly understand this, let's go back in time in the late 1940s when the Allies defeated the Great Axis and many of the top Nazi sympathizers were put on trial. A covert program conducted by the United States Office of Strategic Services called Operation Paperclip. Many top Nazi scientists, engineers, and researchers who were supposed to be on trial found themselves in the United States working on top projects. One of the top mines which the US extracted from Nazi Germany was Werner von Braun, a rocket scientist who developed the V-2 rocket for Nazi Germany during the World War II using forced labor. He went on to work for the US Army and later for NASA, where he played a central role in the development of the Saturn V rocket, which was later used in the Apollo program to send astronauts to the moon, setting a center stage for space exploration. Unlike China, which relies mainly on its huge population for innovation and labor, the United States' main strength is its ability to import talent. Even some of the greatest minds in China eventually find themselves working for the US. But why does the US, unlike China, manage to attract some of the greatest minds and innovators? The answer lies in its ability to raise capital fast and effectively. If you are a startup and have a great idea for a business, it's very easy to raise capital in the United States, unlike India or Russia or even China. Despite its population being just a mere fraction of China and India, the United States solidly maintains its first place position in the total startup output rankings. The US has a well-established venture capital ecosystem, particularly in places like Silicon Valley, New York City, and other tech hubs. There is a significant amount of VC funding available for innovative startups across various industries. The US also has a highly developed public markets, including the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq, where a company can raise capital through initial public offerings or IPOs. The New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq are like auction markets where everyone can vote with their money on which ideas are good and which should remain behind. Companies like Nikola, WeWork, and Enron are voted out of existence, and companies like Tesla and Amazon are propelled up. This open democracy, where people can vote with their wallets, allows for only the great ideas to flourish and companies like WeWork and Enron to die out. Unlike China, which funds most of its innovation through government spending, the United States is an open democracy which rewards hard work and innovation. No wonder the United States attracts some of the best talent in the world. Innovation is what drives